Hey, me, it's me again. I'm kind of sick. Anyway, um, I'll talk about NFT again for today because I kind of like recently I joined those anti AI groups on Facebook and on Kara and on their Discord, and yeah, I realized that pretty much a lot of artists is still don't really understand what NFT is, and there are certain amount of discrimination towards those artists who adopted the so-called technology NFT. So in my previous live streaming, I kind of like in a very general way trying to use my own understanding on how to use NFT to explain the process of it. But today I'm going to go down to the very technical level to explain how the real NFT should be. I mean, this is not about, okay, putting all your artworks into OpenSea or whatever NFT platform out there and trying to sell things. It's not as easy as that. So, first, one must understand NFT stands for non fungible token. It is not supposed to be called non fungible token. It is a kind of a kind of yeah, token is the best word to begin with. It's like our ID card. It's like some membership card or something. I believe a lot of NFT promoters already talk about it. I don't want to repeat whatever they say because most of the time their words is kind of like gimmicky, trying to add a lot of marketing stuff in it, marketing term in it. It's not really helpful anyway. It's like NFT is like a series of numbers, I would say. It's a numbers and codes that identify a person, identify something that is available. So I think that they remix. Okay, first remix IDE. This is a browser IDE, which last time I show you all. You can write your contract here. So NFT is basically related to a contract. We call this smart contract. This smart contract basically is a code, it's a software code that describe how your NFT should behave. In fact, every of this platform, include OpenSea, they will have this contract. For example, OpenSea, their contract is, let's say I have an OpenSea, I have this token, I have this NFT which I mint on OpenSea. And when I try to mint this thing, it's actually trying to talk with their contract. So this is something that I own on Ethereum, and I actually mint this on OpenSea, so I interact with their contract. But the thing is, if Explorer, the thing is, their contract is not really. I mean, it's maybe I just lazy to go and find out, but it's not open. What do what do I mean when a contract is not open? When a contract is not open, it means that you cannot read their contract codes. This open C, how do I view it? I'm not yeah, I view on open C. So this is my user account. This is the thing I mean on OpenSea. And when they show you the detail, they only show you, okay, we have token ID, we have contract address. So this contract is actually written by OpenSea, and we try to interact with this contract. And if they are honest with their stuff, they should have published their contract. And after they publish their contract, after they verify the contract, we should be able to see the codes, all the opcodes and everything. And we can actually interact their contract through here. So that's why this OpenSea contract is not verified. So anytime if OpenSea want to roll their carpet, then all the NFT here is going to die. I'm sad to say that. I know a lot of NFT supporter will hate me for saying that, but that is something everybody should be cautious. At least, I mean, if you are the owner of OpenSea, if this organization OpenSea is honest with their product, at least they verify their own contract in Ethereum. I mean, this platform. At least that is the least they should do. Let me show you another Binance Smart Chain Explorer. For example, let's say I'm at the Binance Smart Chain. There's another NFT platform on Binance Smart Chain, and they have this platform called Bakery Swap. Yeah, Big NFT, Bakery Swap. They have this NFT. They have this contract. This is their contract where I interact with. You can see that they verified their contract. After they verified their contract, you can see that we actually have the access to their contract code. Means that why do we call this a smart contract? It's because it's like a contract. It's wording of contract. A lot of people when they sign their contract, they never read it, but it's always good to have all things written. When you have all things written like this, clear, you can read it. The source code is here. If anything happen, you can still argue and try to find a bug or something like that. Of course, some people might tell you that, oh, we don't publish our code so that nobody able to hack it. That is actually, I mean, some truth in it, yes. Another way around is that you don't know the code inside. You don't know what other people write the terms and conditions, like how the Adobe cases, okay, when they write their terms and condition, okay, people never read it. People never care about it. They can write that, oh, I own everything. They can always do that. So it's always best to have it all published and all written and all contract verified by the chain itself. So that's more details about NFT. Again, I'm not going to tell you how to get rich. In fact, this is not about getting rich. This is all about a platform, a technology that we all can use. Why? Because now we have a compiler, a free compiler that you can access using your web browser. You don't need to subscribe to Visual Studio Pro or whatever stuff that is very expensive just to compile some software. No, this is just a web browser software. You don't even need a very powerful computer to do the compilation and to run all the process of it. You just have this platform. Okay, this one is my contract. I created this in my last video. So this is the contract that I've written for my NFT. See, very simple. It's only 54 lines. And this is the library I'm using, Open Zeppelin library. In fact, I don't even like to use libraries. Sometimes you don't know people what kind of library they are written within. It's like um it's like a template, okay? Sometimes people just put in some backdoors in the template. So that's why I don't like to use template, but it makes your contract writing easier in life. Once you go into this contract, and then of course they publish it, and you have to read it in order to understand what they are trying to do, so that uh, you have confidence on using their template. So this I have so far I have read their contract, and then I have some confidence on using their library. But it doesn't mean that they cannot update their library, because this Open Xamarin is open source. Anybody, any developer can actually upgrade it, or as long as their pioneers, their owner approve of that, then it will get implemented in it. So that's the thing about open source. Okay, next go back to the artist thing. Okay. Anyway, please don't attack me. For those who support NFT, please don't attack me for what I've said. Yeah, I know OpenSea is a very, very popular space, and w- widely used space, but it's still not secured until the day they verify their own contract. Then say it will be safe to say that those are safe. But without any verification, even though they show, okay, even though you can see your NFT, um, there's still no guarantee they won't roll their carpet. They won't steal things from you. So that's the thing. But so far, based on the historical track record, OpenSea survives the longest, and they never tried to do anything funny. So there's a there's a thing of trust there, um, which OpenSea had built upon that duration, like some of the people who still trust Binance, even though so many um, news coming out attack Binance, but people still trusting them because they have been proven for a very long duration, to be trustworthy. Even when I use their chain, I feel that even though they say, oh, it's not very decentralized, but there is a stability there. That's why people use their chain. Their smart chain is very useful. Of course, it's not as good as the Ethereum chain, but still, I mean, if I want to try things out, and I want to try a cheaper option of Ethereum, then I'll go for Binance Smart Chain, because it's very stable, very easy to program, very easy to write. Okay, go back to NFT. So what is NFT? So this is NFT. This is the smart contract. Okay, this is the smart contract. What do? I have a counter. This is a library for the counter. Counter means that I will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without duplicating myself. That's why NFT is a non-fungible. Non-fungible means that it won't be duplicating. There is no single one identical. It's like a serial number. So when you have a serial number, every number is unique by itself. Like it counts forward. Like here is a very simple code telling you that my next number is always +1. Right. It's a simple serial number. It's a very simple serial number for my token. So this is my token. Okay, where do I store my token? Okay, this is the place I store my token. Next is the thing. What is the name of my token? My name is like my secret corner. This is okay. This is just a name that I made up. Okay, this is some code. If you can see, this code is actually some Greek stuff, Greek alphabet. Yeah, some Greek alphabet. I'm trying to. Is it? Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I cannot see my Greek alphabet. Okay, you will see when you are at the chain. This is my contract. Ding. Uh yeah. So this is the Greek alphabet. So this is the Greek alphabet I'm trying to put in. This is just an experiment because I want to see whether they actually process the Greek character or not. All this code, right? /U039 is actually the Greek alphabet. Okay, so where do I deploy? Okay, this here my NFT. Okay, this is my token, and then where do I deploy? Okay, I deploy means that I have to pay for the deployment of this contract. So I deploy for my own wallet. This will process the code when I click deploy. So I will have okay my account here. So this is something to say, something to tell the explorer that I am the person. This is the account that deploy this contract. So next, mint. Okay, all these function. Okay, first, all these functions are going to be the key of your NFT contract. So first function, I'll able to mint at my NFT. So this is the method I mint my NFT. So I will have my token ID increase, and then I will have a new token ID, and then when I mint it, I send it to the recipient with the new item ID. Okay, then I will set the token URI. This is the metadata. Token URI is the metadata where you can you can put in the link of the images, the link of the any whatever file that you want to represent it. Sometimes people will put PDF. I know PDF nowadays is a problem. Like for example, okay, let's give an example that is not artistic. Give an example that is like a university certificate. You might able to recognize this. Okay, actually, in the real world, in the real use case, people already use these kind of things for a very very long time before it even become NFT. Before it even become an NFT, there are already such things people use to identify people. For example, university cert, online certificate, those are actually using the same method. Okay, you will have a token that is a unique token. This token is a link to an image or something like a certificate or an image of a certificate, and then with that number, with that serial number. So you will have this metadata. Okay, this metadata link that you can put in. Okay, so okay, that's all. Then okay, this is to read total ID, and then the next is the buy function. This is the key function. If you read here, any function with payable are the transaction related functions. So this NFT contract is very simple. I just able to generate my token ID, and I able to mint my token ID, and lastly I will able to pay for my token ID. Actually, there is a weakness in this contract. This contract is made very easy, very short, and there is a weakness. What is the weakness? The weakness is that I didn't set very safe, because my min, anytime I can min. If I access this function, I will min unlimited. Okay, if I want to min 10, I can min 10 without even doing the buy membership, without even going through any transaction. So that is the weakness of my contract here. So let's say if today I want to mint 1,000, then I'll be able to make 1,000 of my NFT token without going through any payment. So there's no control on minting, no control on minting my stuff. Anyway, come back here. Okay, buy membership. This is the only function that with payable thing here. What is the payable thing? So here I have an address, a sender address. Okay, the sender address, mint an NFT. Okay, mint an NFT, and then I will give him a new URI, a new link, and then lastly I'll have this this is the charging. They must have more than 0 ether. So this is my charging, and then my message, my value, and then I transfer. Okay, now I transfer. This is the part where you transfer the ether, this thing. I go back to ether. Okay, this is the time where you transfer your whatever number here, which is more than 0, to uh, to my account. Yeah, buy membership to my account. So here is another weakness. You can see that I try to put my min NFT code here in order to solve my problem, which is the problem I mentioned just now. I can min unlimited problem. I need to put this as an internal. You can see that I actually put this as an internal so that outsider cannot call it. So outsider cannot call it means that now I have some safety feature here, that no unauthorized, no other contract able to call this thing, because right now only buy membership function can call my min NFT function. So that is a little bit safe. So you must involve transaction, money transaction, not money, sorry, ether transaction. I try not to use money because I might get into trouble. Ether transaction, okay, in order to call my min NFT. And what else? Min, yeah. So here is another problem. Here is another problem. I didn't set a price within the contract. So it means that why I do this? Because we will never know how expensive ether will become in the future. So if I set a fixed price here, like for example, 10 years ago, ether is like cheap, and then I set a contract here for 1 ether, it will become a very expensive shit nowadays. And my contract could never be executed because of that fixed ether, fixed amount of ether. That's why I didn't fix an amount here, so that I can always use 0.0000. As long as it's more than 1, then I'll be able to use this contract. So that is the thing. That's the flexibility that I incorporate in this contract. So this contract is very simple. I just able to mint, and then I just allow to buy. Some contract might be even more complicated, like, oh, I want to take royalties. I want to take 20% or 10% royalties from each transaction of this NFT. There will be more code, like the one that I show you. Which one? Yeah, this Paras ID. Like for this contract, because they are at near protocol, I kind of like, I don't know where to find their contract. Anyway, I'm not interested to find it because I read those contract before. I roughly know what is it. It's like uh, whenever a person want to transfer their NFT to another wallet, they must go through this contract again in order to do a transfer, in order to do the buy and sell. So when they going through this contract, the contract will distribute the amount the amount collected by the receiver, collected by this contract. Okay, let's say if a person sells this NFT to another person for 1 ether, and then the creator of this NFT will receive like 10%, then this contract will distribute 0.9 ether to the buyer and 0.1 to the creator. So this way will help the creator. I mean, the creator means the artist who created this token based on this URI. They will receive 10%, means that they will receive 0.1 ether every time there is a transaction. Why people inspired to write this contract is because, like for example, if you trade your artwork, like a painting or something like that, in the real world, You sell an artwork for $1 today to a person. Okay, the other person then the next day they sell this same art to another person, $2, and then and so on, roll until this art piece become $1,000 per piece, and through the whole process, the artist never compensated through the whole process because the artist um probably the artists, I mean not probably, sometimes we artists we sell things, right? We don't know how to put a value on ourselves. So that's the thing. When there are people who willing to pay for that price, like for example $1,000, willing to pay for this art piece for that price, they are saying that artists should be compensated through this transaction. That's why NFT have this idea of including that code. I think Bakery Swap did this. The newer code, not the older code, but they only publish the older one. That's why I cannot show you. Let's go back to the contract now. No, this is not. That's why there is the idea of trying to help the artist through NFT contracts writing that will pay the author, will pay the artist a certain amount of percentage on the profit those seller, those second seller, third seller, fourth seller made every time when they transact. The artist will always be compensated. So I don't think this code have this because this is a very early code, is it? Yeah, 2021. I don't think this time around Bakery Swap adopted the royalty percentage thing. I think they only started to implement the royalty percentage in 2022, or probably they have it. It is royalty. No, there is no. Anyway, I hope to find that code example so that I can show you where's the location of how to write those code. Anyway, I think Bakery Shop did have it. Hmm. Oh shit! I'm switching network. I want to switch to this network. I want to explore my MFT, my artwork. Okay, I believe I do have connectors. That's the problem of all these platform. They are not perfect. Those platform is sometimes very buggy, very new, not really perfect. See, it cannot. Why is it? I'm trying to change. Okay, so do I have this? No. I'm not connected. That's strange. Where's my stuff? Okay, so here's my stuff. I think during the time when I create this thing is not, yeah, during that time. Eh, no, I actually have this. 10% of sales will go to creator. So yeah, they actually have this, but I don't know why I didn't have this thing on my wallet. Because I didn't add it. I hope to find the contract source code of this thing. Yeah, they should have a contract address, creator address, contract, NFT contract ID, token ID. So yeah, this is not the thing because they didn't show me the. I think this one is the one that I created myself. I think this is the one that I created myself. It's not that. But if I want to use bakery swap system, probably they have a contract function. I mean, they have the function written in their contract that enables this feature. So that's why I want to know what's their contract source code. And then, never mind, waste my time. Anyway, that's why you see there is version one is the one that they haven't implemented the royalty system yet. Version number two, I think that is the time when they started to have this 10% royalty. If I anyhow click on one of them, you see that mm, nothing much. Version 2, anything. I click on anything. See, there will be 10% sales will go to creator. So I guess they only started this at version 2. That's why the version 1 contract you cannot read. You cannot see their whatever, their source code about transferring the 10% royalty. So many, you see, this is my account, but so many other scammers, I call these scammers because they saw my account to be an account that is dated since very long time. So they thought that I'm some kind of rich, they call it what? Rich wells or whatever, which I'm not because I'm just testing things and all my tokens are on the test net. So those test net, when they do clean up, they'll be all gone and it was worth nothing. So they assume that I'm some kind of a person who owns real ether. No, I never own any. I mean, I do own some, about $30. Back then it's like about $10 or something like that. I just play around with it. So it's so they assume that my account, my wallet is stated for such a long time. They assume that I'm some kind of a rich bastard, rich scammer or something like that, rich people or something like that. So they dump all their scam tokens into my account. One of these days, if I want to clean it up, I'll burn them. Anyway, I'll burn them. So that is the suggested. I mean, things to do. Um, if you heard about this news about who is the guy who create this Ethereum thing, uh, Vitalik Buterin, yeah. When he first received, he also received a lot of these kind of scam tokens. Every time he received all these things, he will just throw them away into an unknown account. This means that burn all those junks. I kind of like I don't have time for it. It's a lot. It's a lot. You see all these suspicious token, right? I should burn it. I must burn it. but I have no time for it. Who will go and dump all these things? I mean, I hope that there's a site that I can, I mean, a Web3 site that I can dump and burn all those, all this shit. I mean, yeah, just click a button and burn all this shit. Else I'll need to do on remix, yeah, to throw away all these junks. Anyway, okay, back to the token. Okay, I have this token. Actually, I already have this contract deployed, and I can always deploy again, but that will actually flood the chain, which is something I don't want to do because it's not ethical. Uh, it's not ethical to do. I mean, a lot of people never cares about the online environment. Okay, you care about the earth. If you care about the earth, you don't use a lot of plastic bottles. You love the earth. You love the nature. Okay, you adapt. You adapt into a lifestyle that is waste free. That is a good practice. Okay, if I love the online space, if I love the chain, if I want to keep this chain as clean as possible, what should I do? I should not scam people. I should not dump all the shit testing code on the main chain. If I want to dump things to testing out, I would dump it on the test chain, something like that. Those are the ethical things to do on this blockchain community. Unfortunately, a lot of people are not being ethical. That's why a lot of misunderstanding on this thing. In fact, this thing is, for me, my own opinion. If you don't agree on me, it's okay. I think this is actually a very revolutionary thing to have. Why? Let's say if I'm an artist, actually I'm an artist, an amateur indie artist. I have my art. And then, okay, some people might say, oh, an artist want to set up a Patreon account, or they open up their coffee to receive donation or receive any monetary rewards from their fans or something like that. But if you have NFT, your communication with your fan is direct. Okay, your communication with your fans is direct. It's not through PayPal. After all, coffee is still processing the transaction through PayPal, and then whatever credit card transaction is also through the wired lines, which is owned by the big corporate. The artist won't receive 100% of what their fan paid. Like, for example, if today I buy something from one of my artists and then I pay a coffee, I pay them coffee, okay? That coffee, let's say $10 coffee, the person who received that is not going to get $10. They might get $10 minus what 10%. Probably the transaction charges is 10%. Let's see, let me find coffee transaction charge fee. I think coffee didn't charge any transaction fee. Yeah, they charge. Okay, 5%. This 5% coffee shop commission can either be paid. Uh, yeah, if that membership is premium or whatever, they will still charge 5% transaction fee. Let's say if you donate $10, your artist will receive 9.5 So this 50 cent, this $0.5 is going to coffee. I don't think this 0.5 is going to coffee because there will be involved wiring transaction. It depends on which wiring company this company coffee is using. Probably it's PayPal or something like that. Yeah, they will still earn your 50 cent, and this 50 cent is a big company, it's a big financial company. So you are actually paying 50 cent for a wealthy CEO to buy their second yacht. They always say that. But if you have if you have done this transaction through blockchain, okay, we go back to how blockchain actually works. Let's say, for example, Ethereum, although today although nowadays they said it's not fully decentralized. Okay, this is a decentralized network where all the miners all over the world, probably they are independent people, probably they are just a person who owns one computer in somewhere else. They are going to be your processor. So you pay a gas fee, yes, it's still a fee. And that gas fee is going to be, let's say this gas fee is 50 cents. This 50 cents is going to distribute to those miners who benefit from that transaction fee. So it's different, and sometimes it's cheaper. If you don't use Ethereum, okay, you think Ethereum is too expensive, then you go to all the other chains, less popular, of course, more risky. Of course, less popular and faster, and also more risky. Let's say I don't like Harmony actually. I don't like all this, but I like Cello. Okay, if you go to Cello, you do a transaction through Cello, and then you pay a gas fee of Cello, and then that's how it works. That's how the blockchain works, and that's how artists should benefit from NFT. I mean, technically, of course, all this platform. The good thing about all this platform is it provide artists an easy way out. And I mean, not all artists is like me. Everything go to the bare basic technical. Like not every computer user use Linux. Some of them prefer to use MacBook. Some of them prefer to use Windows, because Windows and Mac gives user an easier life, same as all this platform. It gives the artist, it gives the NFT user an easier life. Of course, easier life also include some risk of the platform gone rolling their carpet. That's the thing. Yeah, I think that's all for today. Actually, do I try to put back the NFT function here. Previously, when I built my website, this is my personal website. When I built my personal website, I plan to, have some NFT function just to try out. I mean, I don't know who will buy my NFT. I doubt so, because even my friends and my family, they kind of like not so into all this tech stuff, and they feel all this blockchain, wallet, NFT stuff, Ethereum, Bitcoin stuff is like very difficult for them. I mean, I try not to speak like all those Bitcoin bros out there. I try not to speak like all those Ethereum NFT bros out there. I speak like what I'm speaking right now. A very detailed, technical, a very low level, very low level kind of stuff. This is some low level shit. I don't think people will be interested in this thing, because it won't get you it won't get you rich quick. No, there's no such thing as get rich quick. So yeah, so I do post this is my wallet. So the good thing about this is, okay, without coffee, people, my imaginary fan, let's say if I have a fan who love my work a lot and wish to pay me a reward or something like that, they can just directly copy my wallet and then send a transaction to my wallet. So that's the good thing about this blockchain things. So we eliminate the middleman. I mean, not fully. The middleman is still there, but the middlemen are the miners, those who host the server, those who set up the mining things. and pay the electric bill to make sure your transaction get through and recorded. Yeah, those are the things. Uh, and also some people will say, oh, all your stuff are going to get the environment uh, causes the global warming. Well, I don't want I don't want to talk about that, because every time I talk about that, right, my stuff will get removed and then I'll get some threats from the big guys. So that's why I seldom talk about NFT stuff and Bitcoin stuff, because I grew tired of it. Why? Because there's some big shots in this world. They try to clean up the internet history. There are something in the internet history that uh, I remember nowadays will no longer be able to find through Google or whatever search engine, because did a very very clean they did a very very nice cleanup on the history they want you to know. They want the new generation to know. So I'm not going to say that anymore, because nah, there's no reason for it. It just gets very tired to say anything about it. So yeah, so this is the part which is similar to coffee. Let's say this thing is a coffee. It means that my supporter or my fans will able to directly send any rewards to my account. And I try to I try to limit it into 4, so that I don't have too many to manage. I mean, I do have a lot of chain accounts, but I don't want to use them. I don't want to use them because it's too many. You can see that 2 address found via this thing. I can go to Celor, I can go to Binance, this Ethereum. So this Explorer actually detected that I have this account alone actually support all this. Actually, I also have a Matic. Yeah, I also have a Matic here, and Harmony. They are not very useful. They are not very useful. I mean, Matic is still, because it ties to OpenSea. Matic is tied to OpenSea, and Harmony is kind of dead because their old Da Vinci gallery roll their carpet. So yeah, so it's not so good. Aurora is actually under Near Protocol. I just played with it recently because I want to buy some NFT. I mean, support an artist on this near protocol platform. Cello is also one of my favorite. Actually, Cello is a very nice platform. It's just that, I mean, they kind of like sway away from their core ideology. So I mean, well, let's see how. Same situation as IOTA. Anyway, never mind. Let's get back to NFT. Let's say if I want to sell an NFT, previously I have a code. Okay, this is my website code. I haven't updated it yet. So previously I actually have this NFT. Okay, I have the contract here, and then I have these are the NFT. Okay, these are the actual code for the NFT. JSON.json. The metadata. This is the metadata. So this metadata, I will have a description, blah, blah, blah. This is what I tell the user what is this, and then the name of this thing, and then the image link. This is the link. So I host on IPFS. So this IPFS is also a good thing. Why? If anyone remembers the day where we have this thing called sharing thing means sharing of computing power. This IPFS is a sharing of memory. Sharing of memory means that the traditional way to host an image or whatever file is that we have a cloud nowadays. Like we go to Amazon Cloud, Adobe Cloud, or whatever cloud, they have Microsoft Azure Cloud or something like that. Those are hosted by large companies. This is another point that I want to talk about. So it means that we are using Adobe's cloud space to store our things. So we are on the cloud, our files is on their cloud, and that cloud belongs to Adobe. So they are paying for the electricity and the service and maintenance and the cooling system of their servers in order to keep our files. That's why it comes to these terms and conditions published by Adobe, saying that this and that and shit, and they have the rights to look at your file or something like that. Anyway, that's another issue. IPFS is different. How different is it? It's actually a distributed space for us to store our things. Let's say, for example, me, I do have an IPFS app on this computer. So let's say when I start this, I run this IPFS desktop, I'm actually providing my connection, my internet connection, my electricity, my computer power, my computing power, and my memory to the whole system. Means that my computer, I'm not fully utilize it 100% to the full performance. It will heat up the whole computer. And a lot of times my internet is not like 100% fully utilized. Sometimes there are times that we are idling. There are times that our electricity is idling, even for power grid. Sometimes you need that idle power to be there so that to keep the power grid in balance.